What is grief?
What is grief? There are certainly aspects to it, yes? So you could firstly say that some grief is sorrow. Do you know what I mean by sorrow? So where you feel just a general feeling of sorrow about, usually it's about an event or something that happened to you. There is also another form of grief called remorse. You've heard of that? Remorse or repentance, where you feel not only sorrow, but you want to correct the wrong of what you did. Do you understand? You want to fix it. Like there's a feeling that, oh, it's a terrible thing that I have done, and I want to just repair this damage. I want to fix this somehow. That's what I'd call remorse. Then there's just like general sadness, where for some reason I'm walking around in this place where I feel sad, but the tears are not flowing. Well, I would put that up here still, not down there. Because the reality is that when I am truly connected with my real grief, your tears will be unavoidable. Now, have any of you had that in your life, where you've had that experience, where just you've been overcome by, and the tears just flowing down your face? Sometimes you might not even know what it was about, and it's just flying out of your face, and it's just unavoidable. You can't control it. That's the kind of grief that I'm talking about. When you can control it, or you can fake it, then it's not the real grief. One of my sons was very good at faking his grief when he was young. All right? And what he would do is he would actually cry. It was just, he worked out that it was a great way to control. And so what he did was he'd actually have tears coming down his face, and then you'd realise, you're faking it, and then he'd laugh. Right? So it's not that kind of grief. It's not the kind of grief either. I'm not talking about the kind of grief where you're sad about an addiction not being met. Do you understand that kind of grief, where somebody's not giving you something and you go, oh, and crying because they're not giving you the thing? That's not the kind of grief I'm talking about. Causal emotional grief is always related to childhood events generally, or to the feeling of remorse. And so therefore it will overcome you without you feeling like you can control it. Now, it'll flow naturally when your fear is addressed. So if it's not flowing naturally, don't try and force it. You just say to yourself, oh, there's something else I'm afraid of. Because if I wasn't afraid and I have grief, it would normally be coming out of me, just automatically. Yeah. So those are very much a couple of the emotions that are a part of this grief.